Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Red Wolf channel. Today I'm going to be talking about why I think older cars are better. Why I think older cars are better? Well, the picture that you're looking at currently is of a 1989 Chevrolet Caprice Brougham LS. It's got a new engine, not really, new old engine in it from a different vehicle of which I acquired from the same person. Don't even bother looking up those plates. Those are just the ones that I came with the car. It's not legal right now, so... Anyways, why I think they're better? Well, ease of working on them is one thing. This might look very cluttered. It's just old. Got a lot of residue and stuff. The engine bay isn't necessarily clean, but I'm not one for shiny. It's just, keep it running. That's the basic aspect of these older cars, just to keep them running. I like them because they're simple. I can change the plugs on them without having to move too much shit around. For this particular car, I got to jack it up and remove the wheels, but I mean, overall, it's fairly simple to work on. Also, just aesthetics. I mean, look at this car. You're going to know exactly what it is if you've looked at this type of car before because it's unique. It's not bland and just an overused figure. It's out there. It's different, I mean, back then in 1980s and 70s and 60s, they made cars as a statement of art. Nowadays, it's just what's easiest to manufacture, aerodynamics, all that stuff. One thing that you don't see on cars today really is metal hubcaps and metal. This entire car is almost a full steel body. The quarter panels, they're not as thick as, the Model Ts and stuff and what Bonnie and Clyde came out with, but I mean, it's still a full steel body, and it's just fucking amazing because this thing's a damn tank. Practically sucks gas like it is. And the interiors of these cars are just absolutely astounding. I mean, look at this. You got that fake wood grain, and it looks beautiful, that sort of black front dash, and the rest of the car is like a weird grayish blue. It needs to be vacuumed badly, but, it looks nice. I love the car. It's just it's a very beautiful, beautiful car. If anyone knows where to get the defrost knobs, as you can see, mine's broken. I would love that piece of advice. Next thing is simplicity. Older cars are fairly simple. They're not complex. I mean, analog, everything is manual. You feel like you're actually driving rather than just guiding an NPC in a video game or just playing a video game. I mean, driving this thing, you actually have to kind of, judge how everything. Cruise control doesn't work on this car. So, it's all manual and basically just get a feel for the road. Next thing is those kinds of gauges. Whew. It just sends chills to see that. Feels like you're driving an airplane and you got to watch those analog gauges and everything. I love that. Now, they did make a version of this car where the speedometer was just this giant rectangle and a little thingy going from one end of the rectangle to the other, but mine's just a circle. Yeah, I love the dashboards of older cars. They were actually made to make you feel like you're doing something. And this radio, I fucking love this radio. It's got a little mixer right next to that little LED display. If you can see that right there, that's awesome about this car. And how all these cars worked, vacuum tubes for the air conditioning controls and stuff like that. If you see those levers, those actually actuate like things back there, and they're all connected to vacuum tubes. I'm going to have to pull that apart and fix it because it's leaking. Also control surfaces. Oh my god. This car's got beautiful control surfaces. As you can see, that needs a little cleaning out on the, the insides and stuff like that, but, that's for a later date. But, I mean, the control surfaces on this thing, it makes you feel like you're in a cockpit of a plane, really. It's a very beautiful car. As you can see, that shag carpet right there, I don't really like that. It tends to get all sticky and matted if it gets wet, but it's a nice little aesthetic. Next, you got markings all over the car. I mean, they're just there. I mean, it states exactly what it is. Brougham, LS, and then you got the old Chevy symbol that they would, Caprice symbol that they would put on there. Yeah, and I mean, paint. This is the paint that's on the car currently is original. It was maroon, and I'm going to keep it maroon. I'm going to get it repainted because the paint is deteriorating in a lot of places. And I think I might have mentioned hubcaps, but this is hubcaps. I've got 4 more of these hubcaps, and these are bolted on with a special type of bolt hubcaps, so nobody steals them. These things actually, you can get pretty high dollar for them. And what's behind that hubcap is a basic Chevy rally wheel. And white wall tires, they go excellent with these cars. I mean, if you want to make a fashion statement or an art statement, get an old car. An old car is just the best. I'm probably going to include a video of me starting it up. I'm not necessarily going to drive it on the road because it isn't legal, but I'm just going to start it up and everything. And if you didn't catch it, there's 2 different license plates on this thing because the front bumper came off of another car, and I just popped that right on there just because I liked it a lot better. I had 2 of these cars. The other one's crushed, sadly. I didn't have any say in that. So, yeah, enjoy. Hey, how's it going, guys? A few days later, on the whole video thing that I was going to do to start it up and stuff like that, basically, I'm basically just going to drive it forward and drive it backward to make sure it's still moving and all that stuff, because this car is basically, it's just been sitting for the longest fucking time, and I mean, I can't do anything about it. It's not legal. It needs to get legal. So, yeah, anyways, so this is the Chevy Caprice. So, yeah, this is her. As far as I understand, all of her gauges work, except the fuel gauge is a little wonky at times. Inside's fairly clean. I mean, the shag carpet isn't matted or anything like that. It's still fairly nice. It has a little bit discoloration, you know, at the doors and everything. I mean, it's an old car that's just been used by people. The dash, as you can see, it's definitely showing some signs of wear. And I'm probably going to have to do some cleaning back here, but as you can see, no tears in the seats. The seats are fucking pristine, you guys. Of course, all the plastics and stuff like that are kind of fucked up. And we got some rusting right here, right there. So without further ado, gonna get the keys. What's interesting about these old cars too is that they come with a set of 2 keys. Well, at least most of them did. The round one for these Chevy Caprices, that is used to open your doors and stuff, and then this one's to actually, you know, start the engine. Yeah, it's a security measure, it's basically what it is. But once we start this up, I'll turn on the Twilight Centennial and I'll just take the camera around. I'm not going to talk because my neighbors will think I'm fucking crazy. And I'll just take the camera around and I'll show you guys my little limo lights that I have on this car. This is the Chevy Caprice Classic Brougham LS model. So it's basically, I don't know what that really means, but I mean, supposedly that's about the highest and the finest you could get with these cars. So yeah, we're going to start it up right here. And I got some rusting right here. So metal, that's plastic. No, that's metal. Metal. This is giant, sorry about that, giant metal car. So yeah. There we go. Now, what the Twilight Centennial also does is basically turn on the lights as well. It's this little sensor right here. If you guys ever wonder what this thing right here is, if you go down here and this knob right here, if you flip that up and you can adjust the brightness, that's going to turn your lights on whenever it gets dark. It's basically just the auto turn on, and you don't have to manually do this and stuff. This also adjusts the brightness of the interior lighting. At night, this is actually very, very, very useful. It lights up the speed cluster, but not so much the other gauges. And it also dims this right here, so it's not blinding you, and it also lights up everything. So it's very cool, very like old cars. They just got all these little interesting things. I found out where I could get one of these, the rear defrog selector switches, but the things are fucking $100, so I think I can live without rear defrost. Yeah, and I also got a vacuum leak back there, if you guys can hear that. Yeah, anyways, we're gonna just walk around the car now, and hopefully the light that turns on is on the driver's side, not the passenger. It's this one. If you guys can see that. But yeah, it's very worn out. I'm back into the safety of seclusion. Yeah, this is a very nice car. Just gonna let it run. Let it get its fill, charge the batteries and stuff. Make sure. Ooh, that's broken. That works. It's almost damn near broken. Huh. The little lights up there don't necessarily function properly. But yeah, this thing's just worn out. But the engine's good. It's got a brand used engine in it. So yeah, I just proved to you guys that it moves. Just gonna set the camera. Had a GoPro, but I don't. Well, the thing that I like about these cars is they fucking turn on a dime too. Brakes are kind of iffy. And to just this thing again into a respectable-ish position. My neighbors don't bitch at me. Oh yeah, that's the car. She runs good, drives good, everything's good. Needs a little work. There's a fuse out somewhere, so I gotta fix that. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, rate, subscribe, and comment. You know, it helps me out a lot. And I just want to explain something to you guys. YouTube's not a career for me, so my uploading schedule, I've just decided to just debunk the existence of that and just, you know, go with the flow. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys later.